Welcome, everybody, to the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. I am Dwayne Garza. Working along here with Johnny Guzman. We got Medina Valley Panther varsity baseball here for you tonight. We are at Tejeda Stadium on the south side of San Antonio to bring you district action. Medina Valley taking on the Harlandale Indians. We are in the third game of district play. Medina Valley holding on to a perfect 9-0 record in district, taking on again the Harlandale Indians, who are at 4-5. Harlandale tied for the fourth spot between Harlandale Wynn and South San. Southwest, the number 2, tied with McCullum at both 6-3. So Medina Valley 9-0, Southwest 6-3, McCullum 6-3, Harlandale 4-5, Wynn 4-5, South San Antonio 4-5, Southside 2-7, and Southwest Legacy 1-8. We're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem, and then we'll come back with starting lineups and get this game going for you.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome to the North Park Chevrolet Dodson House Moving Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. We had a couple of technical difficulties there that top half of the first inning, but our score is 0-0. Panthers bring four batters up. Ramirez gets stranded at first base, so we're going to go to the bottom half of the first. We're going to the bottom half of the first. And Harlandale will bring to the plate their leadoff batter, the center fielder number 2, Nathan Ramos. Jaden Krieger on the mound for the Panthers, our typical Tuesday starter. Krieger having an outstanding season so far this year. Perfect record. So Ramos will step in, the leadoff batter. A right-handed batter will face the right-handed pitcher in Jaden Krieger. Krieger pitching from the windup. First pitch on the way. It's going to be a strike on the outside corner. Krieger is going to be working fast. Next pitch is going to be a curveball that hits Nathan Ramos.
Hit by pitch.
And then hit by pitch, sponsored by Hazel Russell, State Farm Agent. Thanks to Hazel Russell and her State Farm Agency for sponsoring all the hit by pitches for Panther Baseball. So Ramos will reach first base on the hit by pitch and will bring to the plate number 3, the pitcher for the Indians tonight, Thomas Villarreal. Villarreal will step in, another right-handed batter. Again, Ramos on first base with a decent lead. Krieger from the stretch. First pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Krieger checking his runner. Kicks and throws home. Scores are on the bunt. No bunt. Pulls back. Blair throws down to first base to try to get a leaning base runner, but throws it in the right field. However, the runner does not advance.
Good job backing up that throw.
So Villarreal had squared around the bunt, took the outside pitch for a ball, so it'll bring the count to 1-1. With the runner at first and nobody out. Krieger checking the runner over at first. Squares the bunt again and throws outside, and the ball gets away from Blair. The runner's going to advance to second without the bunt. So the Indians get what they were trying to accomplish by moving that runner over, and it gets done by a wild pitch by Krieger. So Villarreal will step back in with a 2-1 count. And Ramos will take a big old lead over at second base. Krieger going to check the runner, kicks and throws home, swung on a fly ball. It's going to stay in shallow right field. It's caught for out number 1. The throw comes in. The runner does not advance. Ramirez had a tough time with that ball, staring into the sun. Sun setting behind the third base dugout, so it's right in the eyes of the right fielder.
That and the combination of the wind.
Ramirez doing a good job, along with the wind, to catch that ball for out number 1. And so that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 6, Jacob Casares. First pitch is going to be taken for strike one. Krieger checking runner over at second. Next pitch on the way is going to be a curveball that stays inside for a ball. That'll leave the count at 1-1 with one out. Next pitch by Krieger is going to be taken. Oh, no, that's going to be called a strike. Right on the outside corner. Good location by Krieger to bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramos at second base with a decent lead. Krieger giving him a look. Checks home and throws. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Well, that's going to be strike 3, actually. So Krieger will sit down Cáceres for the first strikeout of the game. And that'll bring to the plate the first baseman, number 1, Ismael Alvarez. Alvarez, left-handed batter, the cleanup batter for the Indians. First pitch by Krieger, swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1. Ramos still on second base. I don't know if you heard us earlier, but very windy conditions, probably somewhere between 15 and 20 mile an hour constant winds here, blowing from left field to right field. So it's going to be havoc for any fly balls out in the outfield. Next pitch on the way, swung on, ground ball to second base. Davis fields it, throws over to first base for out number 3. So Alvarez will ground out to second base for out number 3. Indians will leave 1 runner on second base, and that's going to do it for the first inning. Our score tie, Medina Valley 0, Harlandale 0. Panther Baseball will return after these messages.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks. Plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash. And $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to the North Park Chevrolet Dodson House Moving and Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. We are going to the top of the second inning, all scored away at 0 apiece. Top of the second will bring to the plate J.D. Blair, Michael Newton, and Ryan Marty for the Panthers. Thomas Villarreal will be again on the mound for Harlandale. So stepping up to the plate will be the catcher, number 9, J.D. Blair. Shadow is starting to get long here at the head of Stadium. Blair digs in, first pitch on the way from the windup. Right down the middle for strike 1. So Villarreal back on the mound with the 0-1 pitch on the way. Next pitch is going to be taken high and outside. That'll leave the count at 1-1. So the 1-1 pitch from Villarreal is on the way. Another high pitch taken by Blair. That'll bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch on the way from Villarreal, swung on. A little fly ball out to center field. That's going to get in, drop in for a base hit between center field and right field. And J.D. Blair will be the leadoff batter with the base hit. So a nice piece of hitting over the second baseman's hit between right field and center field. Dropped in perfectly for a base hit, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, number 14, Michael Newton. Newton will step to the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. First pitch on the way to Newton. He scores around the bunt, bunts the ball out in front of the plate, fielded by the pitcher. Pitcher's going to look to first and throw to get the sacrifice out. So Newton with a good sacrifice bunt to move the runner over. So now Blair will be standing on second with 1 out, and that'll bring the first baseman, number 5, Ryan Marty, to the plate. Kind of hard to see here, Johnny. The sun is reflecting off the screen of the backstop, and the reflection is kind of tough to see where the ball goes. So kind of hesitant on making calls here. Yeah, I guess until that sun goes down a little bit further. So Marty at the plate. First pitch on the way to Marty, swung on, popped straight up in the air. It's going to be, pitcher is giving chase to it, and actually the pitcher comes down with the ball for out number 2. Typically the pitcher doesn't handle that ball. First baseman, I don't think, saw the ball, and the catcher, I guess, assumed the first baseman was going to get it. Either way, the pitcher runs off the mound and catches it on the first baseline for out number 2. So Marty flies out to the pitcher.
Yeah, good play with the wind and the sun and the snow and everything else in his face.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So it'll bring the plate J.J. Gonzalez now playing left field. He'll come up to the plate with 2 outs. And Blair still at second base. First pitch, ground ball to third base. Third baseman throws over to first just in time to get the out. So ground ball by Gonzalez over to third base for out number 3. The Panthers will leave a runner on second, and we'll go to the bottom of the second with our score still the same. Medina Valley 0, Harlandale 0. Panther Baseball will return after these messages.
Have you ever been in a car accident? Was your car taken to a body shop? Or maybe an impound yard? Perhaps a major repair that's too costly. Even if this happened 2 years ago, Lone Star Towing is interested in buying all junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. The process of getting you paid and that vehicle out of there is quick and easy. Call Lone Star Towing today at 210-777-0585.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back to the Dowdson House Moving Construction North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Panther Baseball. We are going to the bottom of the second, all scored away at 0. Indians will come up to the plate, and they'll start off with the shortstop, number 5, Jose Flores. Flores followed by Medina, and he'll be followed by Rico. Flores, right-handed batter, facing the right-handed Krieger. First pitch on the way from Krieger is going to be taken outside for ball 1. Next pitch on the way, and it's going to be called strike, and then leaving the count at 1-1. Krieger, like he has always previously throughout the year, working quick. So the next pitch is ready on the way, and it's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, fielded by Newton. Newton throwing over to first base to Marty to get out number 1. So ground ball to shortstop for out number 1. And it'll bring in the plate the second baseman, number 8, Maurice Medina. Krieger works really, really fast. Not much time between pitches. Been doing that all year. It seems to be working for him. Medina, right-handed batter. First pitch on the way from Krieger. Outside, ball 1. Krieger from the windup. Next pitch on the way. Taken inside for ball 2. Krieger working fast in the windup. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. May have gotten a piece of that, fouled it off into the ground right in front of the plate. And that'll bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Krieger all pitch on the way, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Fielded foul by Stevens. And that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Medina was already standing on first by the time they called that ball foul, so he's got to get himself back set at the plate. Kind of tough to see the numbers on the Indians there because it's a yellow number on a white shirt. Kind of blends in. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 4 strike 3 to get the out. So Medina strikes out on the curveball by Krieger. And it'll be 2 outs. The Indians will bring to the plate number 17, the left fielder, Sebastian Rico. Rico, another right-handed batter for the Indians. He'll step in. Krieger gets his sign. Pitching from the windup. Pitch on the way. Curveball breaks in there for strike 1. Had Rico twisting to get out of the way of that curveball, but it was a good-looking curveball that broke in there for strike 1. Next pitch away from Krieger is going to be taken outside to even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs to the left fielder, Sebastian Rico. Krieger from the windup, pitch on the way. On the corner for strike 2. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Krieger, the next pitch on the way, it's going to be in the dirt. Looks like a curveball that broke hard into the dirt, and that'll even the count at 2-2. So even count 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Pitch on the way from Krieger. Curveball that stays outside. It'll bring the count to full. So Rico sitting with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And the pitch already on the way from Krieger. It's going to be taken inside for ball 4. So the first base on balls issued by Krieger. And that'll put Rico at first base, and that'll bring to the plate the catcher number 4, Aiden Castro.
Coming up for the Indians, number 4, Aiden Castro.
So Castro will step in as another right-handed batter. They'll have a runner on first with 2 outs. Krieger going to pitch from the stretch now. Throws back over to first base. Not in time. Rico with a huge lead over at first.
Yeah, big lead.
Next pitch is going to be on the outside corner for strike 1. That pitch was taken for strike 1. Bring the count to 0-1. Rico with a 4-step lead as Jaden Krieger goes into his stretch. Pitch on the way. Swung on, popped straight back for a foul ball. So Castro now sitting with an 0-2 count and 2 outs. So I doubt he'll see anything across the plate. The best pitch you'll see here is probably going to be a breaking ball. Krieger from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Outside for ball 1. Backdoor throw to first base, and they get the out. Great throw by J.D. Blair over to first base to get the backdoor throw and to get the out on a leaning Rico. So Rico gets thrown out at first for out number 3. And Castro will return to the plate at the beginning of the next inning. So he'll get to bat again. He almost got kind of lucky there because he had a full count there on that pitch. Threw out Rico at first. So we'll take a quick break, come back after these messages.
There's power in the simplest of actions. Like one neighbor helping another, where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything at Medina Electric Cooperative, and we're grateful for your trust. To provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East.
The North Park Chevrolet Dodson House Moving Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball here with the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We are going to the top of the third inning. Panthers will bring to the plate the center fielder, number 2, Gavin Rips. Gavin Rips batting number 9 today. And then we'll go to the top of the order with Davis and then Stevens. Looks like the sun has just set or went behind a cloud, so no sun issues as of right now. Villarreal with the first pitch to Rips, and that's going to be taken outside for ball 1. Rips will step back in with a 1-0 count. The leadoff batter here this inning, so no outs. Next pitch on the way is going to be taken outside for ball 2. Lights are on here at Tejeda Stadium as darkness approaches. 2-0 pitch on the way to Rips, taken for strike 1. So that'll bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike with nobody out here in the top of the third. Next pitch on the way to Rips is swung on. It's going to be a ground ball right to over third base and be called fair. Long throw over, and there's no way they're going to get Rips with his speed. So Rips with an infield base hit with blistering speed down the first base line. That ball landed right on third base as Jacob Casares had tried fielding it. Fielded it right on the base, a long throw across the diamond, but no way they were going to get Rips in time there with his speed. So that'll bring to the plate the top of the order now for the Panthers. Dusty Davis will step in. Davis grounded out the shortstop first time up to bat. He'll step in with nobody out and a runner at first in Rips. Rips with a big old lead already at first. Villarreal is going to check on him. He's going to pitch from the stretch. First pitch on the way to Davis, who scores around a bunt, and it hits him. So as he scored around the bunt, the ball went right into his chest as he was bunting, but the umpire is going to call him back to the plate, saying that he attempted at it. So Coach Herb is going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire, and home plate umpire is going to walk out to the base umpire, and they'll have a discussion about it. So Davis scored around the bunt, and the ball was way inside, and he tried to back out of the way and kind of defended himself a little bit with the bat, but the ball hit him. And they're going to say that he needs to stay at home plate.
Called it an attempt.
And call that an attempt, or saying that he didn't get out of the way of the pitch. I don't know. That's kind of hard to do when you score it around.
Yep.
So the runner will go back to first. Davis will get his signals from Coach Herb out of the third base box, step back in. Check a look back over to first base. Rips slides back in, but there's not a throw. I'm not sure if that's called a ball or a strike. I'm not sure if it hit the bat or not. We'll see what happens here. Davis squares around again. Third baseman comes running in. The pitch hasn't been thrown yet, but here comes the pitch now. It's taken high. Throw back to first base. Not in time. So the catcher slung one over to first base to try to get Rips with a huge secondary lead. Rips gets back in time. Davis out of the box, gets his signals from Coach Herb, checks his cheat sheet there, puts it back in his pocket, and he'll step back up to the plate. And we're going to assume it's a 1-1 count right now with nobody out. Rips still at first. Rips again with a big old lead. Villarreal from the stretch. Pitch on the way, swung on by Davis, and it's going to be a foul ball down the first base line that lands in no man's land there for a strike.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, it was kind of a half check swing, and if it landed in fair territory, it would have been a nice little base hit.
Oh, yeah. That gets Rips all the way to third.
Yeah, easily would have gotten Rips all the way to third. So Coach Herb with the signals again barked out again. Rips on first. Davis back in the batter's box. We're going to assume it's a 1-2 count here. Villarreal from the stretch, going to check the runner and throw home. That's going to be taken inside. Wish the umpire would give us the signs for no indication on what there it is. So it looks like it's 2-2. Yeah.
2-2,
So we're evened up at 2-2. So we finally got an indication of what the count is. So Davis steps back in with a 2-2 count. Nobody out. Rips at first. Villarreal steps off the mound and fakes the throw to first. Rips comes sliding in, but there's not a throw. Just trying to keep him tight to the base since he is a threat to steal. So we'll do it all over again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. Rips at first with a big old lead. Davis at the plate. Pitch on the way. Rips is going. It's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop. Rips makes it to safety the second. The throw to first is called out.
Could not handle that.
So Davis grounds out to the shortstop, unable to convert the double play because he lost the handle on the ball when he tried to come up throwing after the one-hop ground ball to shortstop. However, Rips is pretty much standing on second base because he was going on the pitch.
Got a break there.
So with 1 out, Wesley Stevens will step up to the plate, the third baseman, number 1. He grounded out to third base last time up the bat. He'll step in now with a runner at second and Rips. Rips with already a big lead. Pitch on the way. Taken outside for ball 1. No signals here from Coach Herb, so I'm assuming he's going to let Stevens swing away. The sun has popped back out. Apparently it was a cloud behind us that was blocking the sun. It's a good time to put one out in the outfield and kind of
take advantage of
advantage of the sun. It's very, very low in the horizon here. So Stevens digs back in with a 1-0 count with 1 out. Pitch on the way. Pitch stays high for ball 2. Again, the wind blowing pretty strongly from left field to right field, and the sun setting here. Right now the temperature is perfect, but it's going to chill out here in a little bit. 2-0 pitch to Stevens on the way. Swung on, pops straight up in the air. It's going to be fouled back and get out of play. I'm going to bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1 count on Stevens with 1 out. Runner at second. Rip standing on second base. Base hit would be ideal right here, Johnny, to get a run across. We need that run across. Villarreal getting his signs from his catcher. Checking his runner at second. 2-1 pitch is on the way. Swung and a missed, even the count at 2-2.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Maybe just need a little single and Rips will come in. He's got a lot of speed.
Huge hole between second base and first base. Pitch on the way. Outside, but it gets away from the catcher. That's going to allow Rips to get over to third base. So a pass ball allows Rips to go from second to third. Now ground ball or fly ball in the outfield will score a run. Here with one out. We're in the top of the third. Panthers have a runner on third now. Rip standing on third. Stevens at the plate with a 3-2 count now with one out. Villarreal from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be popped up towards the first base side, and the wind's going to blow it out of play. So we'll do it all over again. Count will stay full. New ball comes in. Villarreal back on top of the mound. Stevens digs back in with the full count, one out. Runner at third. Pitch on the way. High ball, 4. The ball almost got him. The duck out of the way. He'll take first base on the base on balls. So now Panthers have runners at first and third with one out. And that will bring to the plate the right fielder, number 11, Manny Ramirez, who was also hit by a pitch first time up to bat. Catcher for the Indians will step out in front of the plate and give a signal to defend the first and third double steal situation. Ramirez will get his signals from Coach Herb. Step back in. Villarreal will check the runner at first. Get his sign from his catcher. Ramirez squares around a bunt. Third baseman coming in hard. Villarreal steps off the plate, off the mound, throws over to first base, does not get Stevens, but it was a close play.
Yeah, it was very close.
Stevens had a huge lead. We'll do it all over again here. Again, Panthers have runners at first and third with one out. Ramirez at the plate. Ramirez squared around the bunt last time on the last pitch. We'll see if he does it again here. He does. He scores around. Third baseman coming in. Pitch on the way. Throw down a second for the steal, and it's not in time.
Holds Gavin. Rips at third there.
So Stevens on second base with the steal. The bunt by Ramirez was just a fake bunt. So the Panthers now have two runners in scoring position, second and third. Ramirez at the plate now. He has an 0-1 count with one out. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Little ground ball that goes foul. And that'll put him in a hole at 0-2. Ramirez is a good pressure hitter this year for the Panthers. Let's see what he can do here. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on. Ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop feels it. Looks towards second. Throws over to first. A run will score, but Ramirez will be thrown out on a ground ball to shortstop. So a ground out to shortstop will score Rips. So the Panthers will go up 1-0 here in the top of the third. So that will bring to the plate number 18, the designated hitter, Justin Mayan. So Panthers now with a runner at second here with two outs. Stevens with his lead over at second. Mayan at the plate. 2 outs. Pitch on the way to Mayan. Inside, ball 1. Mayan steps back in. Villarreal from the stretch, checking the runner at second. Kicks and throws home. Swung on. Fly ball to left field. Left fielder drifting back. It's going to get over his head. It's going to allow Stevens to score easily. Mayan on his way to second base. The throw comes in. He's standing on second, not in time. So Mayan with a huge double to allow Stevens to score with 2 outs. Good job by squaring up that ball by Mayan.
Great hit.
Earned that designated hitter position for him. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 9, J.D. Blair, who also had a single first time up to bat. He'll step in. So the Panthers now with the runner at second with 2 outs. Blair at the plate. Panthers put up a crooked number so far here, the top of the third. First pitch to Blair is going to be taken low for ball one. One 0 pitch to Blair, taken high for ball two. 3 runs?
2 runs.
Yeah.
Looks like the left fielder backed up about 10 feet. Smart move.
Blair steps back in, sitting with a 2-0 count here with 2 outs. Runner at second. Pitch on the way. Taken high for ball 3. Then more than likely, Blair will sit here and watch one with the 3-0 count. Waiting on deck is going to be Michael Newton. So Villarreal on the mound with a 3-0 pitch, and it's on the way. High just over the head of Newton. I'm sorry, of Blair, and Blair will take his base. So Blair has singled and walked so far, and that'll put runners at first and second. And that'll bring the shortstop, number 14, Michael Newton, to the plate, who had an awesome sacrifice bunt first time up the bat. We'll have a little mound meeting between the infielders to kind of settle their pitcher down. Villarreal not doing a bad job on the mound. Just gave up one key base hit there to Mayan. He's hit one batter and walked one batter. Other than that, he's done a decent job on the mound. So Newton will step up to the plate with the runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Villarreal with the pitch inside, ball 1. Villarreal steps off the mound, walks over to second base, does not throw. Walks towards second base, does not throw, back on the mound, getting a sign from his catcher. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be a tapper foul. Now leaving the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Newton steps back in with the 1-1 count, 2 outs, runners at first and second here in the top of the third. Villarreal with the pitch. Taken outside for ball 2. Villarreal working very slow. Kind of frustrated, it looks like, that he has not been hitting his spots. Sitting with a 38 pitch count. Pitch on the way, taken high, ball 3. So Newton will sit there with a 3-1 count now. The 39th pitch for Villarreal, as opposed to Krieger's 25 pitches. (3-1) pitch. Taken high for ball 4, and that's going to load him up. So 2 walks in a row, which follows the double by Mayan. And looks like that's going to be we're going to call timeout here as the Harlandale coach will stroll out to the mound to talk to his pitcher.
I don't see anybody in the bullpen.
And that's going to be a slow walk out to the mound. Still working his way to the mound. And he reached it. And he's talking to his pitcher. He's just going to settle him down a little bit. I don't think they're going to make a pitching change. They like to have Villarreal pitch as long as possible since he's not doing a bad job other than the last couple of batters, which he walked in a row. So the Panthers will be sitting with bases loaded here with 2 outs.
when that coach was walking up to the mound, that gave him a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
What's he going to say to me?
Yeah, he may not have been sure either whether he's going to pull him or not by the time he got there. Changed his mind a couple of times. So the Panthers now with bases loaded and 2 outs, and it'll set it all up for the big right-handed batter, Ryan Marty, their first baseman, number 5, who flied out last time up to bat. So Villarreal now from the windup. First pitch to Marty, taken high. Ball 1. So Marty's going to be kind of hoping now he gets something to swing at here with a perfect opportunity to get some more runs in for the Panthers. Next pitch by Villarreal is on the way. And that's going to be taken for strike 1. So Villarreal gets a strike across. Even with the count at 1-1 here with 2 outs. Again, 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 3rd. Panthers have already had 2 runs come across. Next pitch on the way to Marty. Taken outside for ball 2. So the sun has officially set, it looks like. And we're going to be in that no man's land if the ball gets up in the air where it's hard to see. That twilight zone. The 2-1 pitch to Marty on the way. Taken outside for ball 3. So Marty with a hitter's count here. 3-1 with 2 outs and bases loaded in the top of the 3rd. Got to come with a fastball here. Pitch on the way. High, ball 4. Marty will get the RBI. 3 walked batters in a row will score the run for the Panthers also. So Mayan comes across the plate. And that'll bring to the plate the left fielder, number 3, J.J. Gonzalez, who grounded out to third base. The Harlandale coach is going to ride him for at least another batter here with a 45 pitch count. Gonzalez steps to the plate with bases loaded and 2 outs. Panthers now 3 plated runs here. First pitch on the way to Gonzalez, taken outside. Oh, that's going to be an outside corner for strike. Kind of gave him that pitch, didn't he?
I think so.
It's a good take, but either way by Gonzalez. That was an unhittable pitch. The 0-1 to Gonzalez. Swung and a miss. Bring the count to 0-2. Now Gonzalez is in a hole. Tide turned real quick with 2 pitches by Villarreal. So no 2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 3rd. Time called by Gonzalez. Villarreal was taking his time getting the sign from this catcher. Gonzalez got a little antsy there and called time. Backed out of the box. Now he steps back in. Villarreal back on the rubber. Gonzalez awaiting the 0-2 pitch, and it's on the way. Way outside for ball 1. Those are the easy ones. When you have 2 strikes and 0-2 count, you got to protect the plate, but there was a no-brainer there.
Yeah, that was way outside.
So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Villarreal from the windup. Pitch on the way. In the dirt for ball 2. We'll even the count. So we'll have 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and bases loaded. Gonzalez out of the box. Steps back in now. Villarreal toes the rubber. Pitching from the windup. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be a chopper towards third base line. It's going to go foul. We'll do it again. So we'll reset everything. Villarreal going a long way to try to cover that ground ball on the third base line. Getting back to the mound now. And he'll set up for the wind-up pitch with a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Swung on by Gonzalez, flied out towards the first base side. Drifting foul, but the first baseman is there to get the out. So Gonzalez flies out to first base, but the Panthers leave the bases loaded. However, they do scratch 3 runs. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. Panthers from Medina Valley with 3, and the Indians from Harlandale 0. Panther baseball return after these messages.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Big State Electric is raising the bar in the San Antonio electrical industry. Working with local and forward-thinking companies, we are changing the downtown skyline with beautiful and innovative buildings. As well as working with local universities, we are revolutionizing academic sports with cutting-edge and high-tech electrical solutions. Join us as we light up the future one project at a time. Big State Electric, competence and quality since 1966. Supporting San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and the Gulf Coast region.
Welcome back to the North Park Chevrolet Dodson House Moving Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. We're going to the bottom of the third. Panthers plating 3 runs, that half an inning. However, they did leave bases loaded. Big opportunity to break this game open, but unable to do it. So that'll give the opportunity for the Indians to try to even things up here. And they'll bring to the plate the catcher number 4, Aiden Castro. So they'll bring Castro, Ramirez, and back to the top of the order to Ramos this inning. Krieger back on the mound for the Panthers. First pitch by Krieger on the way, swung on a ground ball. Third base, gets by the third baseman and will trickle out in the left field. So 1 pitch, 1 base hit for the Indians, and that's how they start the bottom of the third. Trying to build a little momentum here after the Panthers have scored 3 runs. Castro with a good piece of hitting there. Stevens diving to his right. Ball gets by him and trickles out in the left field. So that'll bring the plate to right fielder number 11, Jaden Ramirez. First time up to the plate this game for Ramirez. So the Indians will have a runner on first. Ramirez at the plate. Here in the bottom of the third. Krieger will have to work from the stretch now. Checks the runner over at first. Pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be a little blooper towards right field. Caught by Ramirez. Ramirez checks a runner at first, but no throw. Runner gets back in time. So 2 pitches so far by Krieger, 1 the base hit and 1 a fly out to right field. So that'll be out number 1, and the Indians will bring to the plate the center fielder at the top of the order, Nathan Ramos. Ramos hit by a pitch first time at the bat. Krieger checks the runner over at first. Kicks and throws. Swung on. Foul ball. Strike 1. Ramos steps back in. Krieger checking on the runner. Not a big lead over at first. Pitch throws home. Let's be taken for ball 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch on the way by Krieger, just inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ramos with a little bit bigger lead over at first base. Krieger with the pitch home. Swung, ground ball towards third and short. Fielded by the shortstop, thrown over to first base. Not in the time, so that's going to be an infield hit for Ramos. Good play there by Newton. Backhanding that ball and try to throw off his back foot over the first base, but doesn't get there in time. So now the Indians will have runners at first and second with 1 out. So a base hit and a fly out, and then a base hit by the Indians, and now the second batter, the pitcher Thomas Villarreal, will step to the plate. with a runner in score position. Ground ball on the first pitch over third. Hits the base and pops up in the air and gets past Stevens. And the Indians are going to score their first run of the game. Throw comes in. And that'll keep the runners. Throw came in quickly by Gonzalez, so that keeps the runners at first and second. However, the Indians do score a run, so our new score now, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 1. Indians will have runners at first and second, and that'll bring to the plate Casares. Casares struck out last time with the bat. Casares playing third base for the Indians. So far for this inning, the Indians have had a base hit, fly out, base hit, base hit. First pitch on the way, Casares is outside.
I think they've hit third base 2 times already
Yeah,
tonight.
definitely had. They're really turning on the ball and getting the ball to the left side there. First pitch is ball outside. Krieger checks a runner at second. Second pitch on the way, swung on. It's going to be right to. Oh, it was hit right to
close.
Newton. Newton underhands it. He catches it, a line drive at shortstop, underhands it over to second base, but does not get the double play that he was hoping for. So Casares lines out to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 2. So it'll bring the plate the first baseman, number 1, Ismael Alvarez, who grounded out the second base first time off the bat. So he'll step to the plate, the lone left-handed batter for the Indians. First pitch is a breaking pitch, swung through the ball for a strike. Krieger working fast, checking the runner over at second. Kicks and throws, another swing and a miss. For strike 2. So Alvarez in the hole with an 0-2 count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Krieger with the pitch, swung and the miss. It's in the dirt. Blair tags the runner, and that's going to do it. So Alvarez strikes out. However, the Indians leave 2 runners on, and they do score 1 run. So after 3 complete, our new score, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 1.
Nobody
Bush's
can
Chicken,
design,
one of the
create, or
oldest
maintain your
locations
lawn
in
better.
Castroville, is
3D
proud to serve the
landscaping and
Medina
irrigation.
Valley
With over
area.
17
Bush's
years of
Chicken has
experience,
one
owner
goal:
Ray Doyen and his
the
crew
best.
take pride in their
Bush's Chicken knows
craftsmanship and
its
service.
success
They're
comes from
fully
loyal
insured,
customers
offer
in
free
the
estimates
communities
and
they
multiple
serve.
references.
Stop by Bush's
So you
Chicken
know
on
you're getting the
Tuesday and
best.
get the
3D
Tender
does
Tuesday
landscape,
deal, or
lawn
try their
maintenance,
buffalo
irrigation,
fries
tree
and ask
installation,
about their
lighting,
Panther
and more.
special.
Whether it's residential
always
or
a
commercial,
hit. Bush's
3D
Chicken,
landscaping and
935
irrigation has
Highway
you
90
covered.
East
Give
in
3D a call
Castroville.
at
Call them at
830-985-5115 or find us
830-538-2800.
online at threedlandscaping.com.
Okay. So you have two opened up. So scroll up. You can get a couple of them. You need to go to softball, baseball. Just close them all out. Okay, just leave it like that, and just go to main in the transition. Transition. And then welcome back to Panther Baseball. We are going to the top of the 4th here. Rips to the plate. First pitch by Rips is an attempted bunt, and he bunts through the ball for strike 1. So a pitching change for the Indians. It looks like the first baseman, Ismael Alvarez, will come to the plate, come to the mound to pitch. I'll get it right here in a second. Trying to make notes at the same time. So Alvarez on the rubber. with the 1-1 count to Rips. Pitch on the way. Rips swing and the miss. Bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I'm not sure if Villarreal took the field or not. We'll try to figure that out as they come up to bat. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rips. Pitch on the way. Taken high for ball 2. They even the count at 2-2. Pitch on the way, swung and a miss for strike 3. So the lefty that comes in, Alvarez, strikes out his first batter. So Rips will strike out and they'll bring the Panthers back to the top of the order. That's going to be number 10, the second baseman, Dusty Davis. Davis has grounded out the shortstop twice so far tonight. So Villarreal, that was on the mound prior to Alvarez, is now in center field. So Davis will step to the plate with 1 out. He'll get his signals with Coach Herb. Alvarez will step out and rub the baseball. And now he'll get back on the mound. Again, left-handed pitcher. Pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be a fly ball towards center field, and the second baseman is there just shy of the grass to get out number 2. So 1 pitch to Davis, and he is retired. So a fly ball to second base for out number 2, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Wesley Stevens. Stevens grounded out the third and has walked so far tonight, so 0-for-2 night for him. And he'll step to the plate with 2 outs. So far, Alvarez making quick work of the Panthers. Alvarez kicks and throws. Curveball just high in the strike zone for ball 1.
Thought he was going to call that.
I know. It's a good-looking pitch. I haven't seen many breaking pitches. Next pitch on the way. Swung on right through it. And even the count at 1-1. So Stevens, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Alvarez with a 1-1 pitch. Taken high for ball 2. Alvarez, like Krieger, working quick. Pitch on the way. Taken for strike 2. They even the count at 2-2, just on the outside corner. Good pitch by Alvarez. 2-2 pitch on the way. Curveball stays outside. So Stevens will step back in with a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Pitch on the way. Payoff pitch is swung and a miss for strike 3. So Alvarez comes in and does his job, striking out 2 and throwing a ground out to make quick order of the Panthers here in the top of the 4th. So we'll take a quick break. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th after these messages.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks. Plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash. And $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Baseball, the North Park Chevrolet at Dodson House Moving Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. We're going to go to the bottom of the fourth. Panthers will bring Krieger back out to the mound, and the Indians will bring to the plate the shortstop, number 5, Jose Flores. Flores' first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Going to the bottom fourth here with a Panthers still with a lead of 3-1. Next pitch by Krieger is going to be taken for ball 2. Flores steps back in with a 2-0 count. Pitch is on the way and it's taken way outside for ball 3. So Flores quickly up in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. First time we've seen Krieger struggle a little bit. That ball was way outside, got away from the catcher. 3-0 pitch is on the way. It's going to be on the corner, on the outside corner for strike 1 to bring the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. Krieger sitting with 36 pitches so far. Pitch on the way is going to be a ground ball to second base, fielded by Davis, thrown over to first base to get the out. Throw was a little bit errant to the right side of the base, but no problem for Marty to stretch out there and get it. And that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, number 8, Maurice Medina. Medina struck out last time with the bat. First pitch by Krieger to Medina is going to be a curveball that breaks in there for a strike. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. Medina now in the hole 0-2 with 1 out. Working quickly is Krieger. Curveball breaks in there for called strike 3. Good pitch. Good breaking pitch by Krieger.
Beautiful pitch.
For out number 2. So that'll bring to the plate Sebastian Rico, the left fielder, number 17, who walked last time up the bat. First pitch to Rico by Krieger is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. That's the 40th pitch for Krieger so far tonight. 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, fielded by Newton. Newton's going to throw on the run over to first base, just off the target.
Comes off there.
And it's going to be we'll call that an infield hit because tough play by Newton running to his left and then throwing off the back foot on the run.
And Marty did a good job of it.
Marty did a good job coming off the base and tried to apply the tag on the run.
Yeah, saved a bag.
Absolutely. So the Indians have a runner on. And it'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 4, Aiden Castro, who walked first time up the bat, or had a base hit first time up the bat. First pitch to Krieger is going to be a breaking pitch. Breaks across the strike zone 4, strike 1. So Rico with a sizable lead over at first base. Krieger checks on him, and the 0-1 pitch is on the way. Another curveball hits him squarely in the back for hit by pitch.
Hazel Russell, State Farm agent, hit by pitch. Thank you for sponsoring, Hazel.
So now the Indians will have runners on first and second, and they'll bring a pitch runner on. I believe the pitch runner is going to be number 7, Isaac Villarreal. And the right fielder, number 11, Jaden Ramirez, will step to the plate. First pitch, Ramirez is swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to third base, fielded by Stevens, thrown over to first. High throw. Marty applies the tag after he comes off the base on the high throw to get the out. So good play on both ends. Good play by Stevens at third to field that ball. And then the throw over to Marty. Marty skies up in the air on the way down, slaps at the runner to get the out. So 1 pitch retires Ramirez on the ground ball to third base. Indians will leave 2 runners on, and they'll keep the score the same. Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 1 after 4 complete. We'll go to the top of the 5th when Panther Baseball returns.
Peerless Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Have you ever been in a car accident? Was your car taken to a body shop or maybe an impound yard? Perhaps a major repair that's too costly. Even if this happened 2 years ago, Lone Star Towing is interested in buying all junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. The process of getting you paid and that vehicle out of there is quick and easy. Call Lone Star Towing today at 210-777-0585.
Welcome back to North Park Chevrolet, Doubtson House Moving and Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. We're going to the top of the fifth inning, and the Panthers will bring to the plate number 11. The right fielder, Manny Ramirez, was hit by a pitch and grounded out to shortstop. Pitcher Alvarez back on the mound. First pitch by Alvarez, the big lefty, is taken for strike one. Ramirez steps back in. Alvarez with a high leg kick and the pitch swung on. It's going to be a fly ball, line shot to the it's a line shot to the shortstop, who catches it, snags it out of the air on a leaping grab for out number one. So Ramirez lines out to the shortstop, and that'll bring to the plate the designated hitter number 18, Justin Mayan. Mayan, who had a double last time up the bat, so he's 1 for 2 tonight. Will step up to the plate with one out. Alvarez with the first pitch to Mayan is way outside, taken for ball one. Alvarez with a 1-0 pitch. Swung and missed. Mayan kind of upset with himself swinging at an outside pitch there. Takes his helmet off. Puts it back in, getting ready to dig back in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. From the stretch, Alvarez pitching. Swung on, missed. 4 strike 2. Looks like Alvarez throwing with a little bit more velocity than Villarreal was. 1-2 pitch on the way. Taken high for ball 2. That even the count at 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts for Alvarez as he comes into the game. Actually, that's 3 strikeouts for Alvarez as he's come into the game.
He's coming
So
from that left side.
Yeah,
Really makes it a big
you know, we
difference.
haven't seen many left-handed pitchers
No,
all
we
year
haven't.
long, so something new the Panthers have got to get used to here. So with 2 outs, J.D. Blair will step to the plate. Blair with a 1-for-1 night and a walk. First pitch is going to be a curveball that stays high for ball 1. Blair had a single in the first inning, walked in the third. Sitting here with a 1-0 count, and the next pitch is on the way. It's taken outside for ball 2. Alvarez from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Right down the middle, taken for strike 1. So Blair sitting with a 2-1 count. Alvarez with the pitch. Curveball stays high. Even the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. And we're in the top of the 5th. Panthers holding on to a 3-1 lead. Pitch on the way. called strike 2. Now I believe we have a full count, I believe. I believe it's a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Payoff pitch is on the way, swung on, fouled out to the right side and out of play. So we'll do it all over again. Blair will step back in with await the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Steve Alvarez has the confidence to throw a 3-2 curveball here. It's been breaking pretty good lately. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on, foul straight back again. So Blair battling tough up there with 2 strikes. We'll step back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th. Alvarez with the payoff pitch. And that's going to be taken inside for ball 4. So Blair with his second walk of the night to go along with his single. Keep his batting average tonight perfect, 1 for 1. And he'll have a base runner for him there.
Gavadell.
So Noah Gavadell will come in, number 13, and he'll pitch run for Blair, who is a catcher. They get an opportunity to come off and get his gear on. So with 2 outs, number 14, the shortstop, Michael Newton, will step up to the plate. He's had a sacrifice bunt and walk so far tonight. He'll step on with a runner at first. And again, 2 outs. Pitch by Alvarez. That's going to be a strike on the corner, even though the catcher dropped the ball. So Gavadell at first. See what kind of lead he gets here. First baseman not really holding him on. Next pitch for Newton is taken outside for ball 1. They even count at 1-1. So the first baseman not really holding on Gavadell at first. Alvarez checks on him. Kicks, throws home. Runner's going to go. Gavadell is going to slide into second and steal second easily. I would have stolen him too with the first baseman not holding the runner on. Did it for 2 pitches. So not a problem for Gavadell to get to second. Now he's already taking a big lead at second base. The count 1-2 with 2 outs to Newton. Swung on. Straight up in the air. Second baseman calling off the first baseman and comes down with the ball for out number 3 right in front of the first baseman. So Newton flies out to the second baseman for out number 3, and the Panthers leave a runner on. So nothing going for the Panthers here in the top of the 5th. Our score here, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 1, and we'll keep it right here with a couple of readers from our sponsors.
All right, 5th inning stretch. Let's go ahead and thank Sunrise Restaurant, family dining at its best in Uvalde, Texas, located at 510 West Main Street. They're open for breakfast and lunch, so on your way through town, stop and give them a try at their mouth-watering breakfast and delicious lunch plates. Easy in, easy out. Panther fans will be making that trip many times this year and for sure next year. In the near future, as you get through town, stop by or invite a friend to join you. If you're in a hurry, you can call ahead. Again, Sunrise Restaurant at 830-278-6100 for to-go orders. Go Panthers and the best of luck this season. Also like to thank Magnolia Filling Station. The Magnolia Filling Station features a daily dark roast and a Fiorella blend medium roast drip coffee. They have lattes, iced lattes, cold brews, chai lattes, mochas, teas, and lemonades. Daily made from scratch pastries include muffins, cookies, cupcakes, bananas, banana bread, just to name a few. A variety of sandwiches to include ham, turkey, Italian, and pimento cheese. Sit outside under the patio and enjoy the historic downtown Castroville atmosphere, or sit inside. Located at 1101 Fiorella Street in beautiful downtown Castroville, Texas.
Thanks to those 2 sponsors for sponsoring Panther Athletics, and also all the other sponsors that sponsor sports here for Medina Valley. So the Harlandale Indians will come to the plate now here in the bottom of the fifth, and they'll start out at the top of the order with the center fielder Nathan Ramos, who was hit by pitch and had a single second time up to bat. First pitch to him is going to be taken outside corner for strike one. Again, the Panthers with Krieger back on the mound and can try to ride him another inning. Next pitch by Krieger is already on the way outside for ball one to even the count at 1-1. From the windup, Krieger's next throw, curveball swung on, fouled to the right side and out of play. Now they'll bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the fifth with nobody out. Next pitch by Krieger is outside, gets away from the catcher, and leaving the count at 2-2. We've got total darkness now finally. That twilight lasted for a couple of innings there, but should be not much difficulty here for fly balls in the air now. Ramos steps out of the box, sitting with a 2-2 count. Krieger at 46 pitches now so far tonight. Next pitch on the way. Swung on. It's going to be a little fly ball towards second base. Gets past second base in the air, but Ramirez is there to bring it down for out number 1. So Ramos flies out to right field. And that'll bring to the plate the center fielder now, who was the pitcher. Playing center field now is Thomas Villarreal, who's flied out to right field and singled so far tonight. He'll step up to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch on the way to him is going to be taken low for ball 1. Krieger from the windup to Villarreal. Breaking pitch breaks across the strike zone for strike 1. Good breaking pitch. It starts off at the shoulders, breaks across the plate. Next pitch on the way. Another curveball swung on, popped up straight in the air. Newton is there at the shortstop position to field it for out number 2. So the pop-up caught by Newton at shortstop. So real quick, Krieger with 2 outs. And that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 6, Jacob Casares. Casares has struck out first time up the bat and lined out the shortstop the second time up the bat. And he'll step to the plate with 2 outs. Krieger from the windup. First pitch is a curveball. Again, that curveball, good-looking curveball, it breaks across the strike zone for strike 1. Getting confident out throwing his curveball. Didn't throw a whole lot early in the game. Next pitch on the way, fastball right up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. A C&I base hit that gets past Newton, the shortstop, moving quickly to his right, but unable to come up with it. Moving to his left, actually. So Casares will get his first base hit of the night, and he'll be standing on first with 2 outs, and they'll bring to the plate the first baseman, Ismael Alvarez. Alvarez has grounded out to second base and struck out so far. He's the lone left-handed batter who is also pitching right now for the Indians. Krieger checks the runner over at first, not a big lead. Throws home. On the outside corner for strike 1. So no 1 count on Alvarez. Krieger with the pitch. Ball outside. Looked like that placement was the same as the pitch before, but that'll even up the count at 1-1. Krieger with the 1-1 pitch to Alvarez. Pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. Alvarez steps back in. He'll be awaiting the 2-1 pitch with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Well, I guess that was inside. Looked like a good pitch. It's going to be ball 3. Now Alvarez sitting with the 3-1 count. Indians have a runner at first. However, there's 2 outs. Krieger sets and throws. It's going to be ball 4. So Alvarez draws the walk, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Jose Flores. Flores is ground out the shortstop. and ground out to second base so far tonight. He'll step up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at first and second. That was only the second walk issued by Krieger so far tonight. Krieger checking the runner over at second. He's got a big lead. However, he throws home, and it's going to be strike one. And Flores swings right through that ball for strike one. Again, 2 outs. We were in the bottom of the 5th. Krieger kicks and throws. Swung on. It's going to be a line shot out to right center. That's going to get through the gap. It's going to score 1 run. Throw comes in. Will hold the runner at third. However, the Indians do get a run across. Throw down to third, but not in time to try to get Alvarez, who is leaning off third base. So the base hit by Flores will get him down to second on the throw home, and the Indians will score a run, and we've got a ball game going here. Our new score, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 2. So with 2 runners in scoring position, Maurice Medina will come in to the plate with 2 outs. However, Medina has struck out swinging and struck out looking so far tonight, and the first pitch to him is going to be a curveball on the outside corner for strike 1. Krieger with the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. So real quick, Medina in the hole, 0-2 here with 2 outs. Krieger working fast. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow a runner to score. Blair on the swing and the miss on the curveball. Blair with good presence of mind to hustle to get that ball that was back behind home plate. Throw down to first to get the force out to not allow that third run to score. So good job by J.D. Blair and a good job by Krieger with the quick strikeout on Medina. So the Indians leave 2 runners on. However, they do scratch a run across. Our new score now, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 2, and we're going to go to the top of the 6th. So Panther Baseball return after these messages.
Have you ever been in a car accident? Was your car taken to a body shop or maybe an impound yard? Perhaps a major repair that's too costly. Even if this happened 2 years ago, Lone Star Towing is interested in buying all junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. The process of getting you paid and that vehicle out of there is quick and easy. Call Lone Star Towing today at 210-777-0585.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back to the Dodson House Moving Construction North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Panther Baseball. We are going to the top of the 6th, and we've got a ball game going here. Harlandale is scratching off runs here every other inning, it seems like, here to bring the score to 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. Alvarez is back on the mound, the lefty who has done well against the Panthers so far.
Yeah, he's really changed the game.
So the first baseman, Ryan Marty, will step to the plate. He's flied out, and he's walked so far tonight. First pitch to Marty is on the way, and swing and a miss. Alvarez has worked 2 complete innings now, and he has struck out 3. The 0-1 pitch to Marty is taken on the outside corner for strike 2. One of those borderline pitches. Did not get the call, so he'll be sitting in a hole now, 0-2, here in the top of the 6th. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Alvarez is going to be a curveball. just outside for ball one.
That was pretty darn close.
It's a borderline call there with the borderline call before that. I'll get Marty with a 1-2 count here. Alvarez from the stretch. Kicks and throws. Swung on by Marty. High fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in to his left and comes down with it for out number one.
Wow, he moved around a lot out there, didn't he?
That wind really moved that ball. So Marty flies out to center field with the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up to the plate the left fielder, number 3, J.J. Gonzalez. Oh, number 13, we have a pinch batter, Gavidel. Noah Gavidel will step to the plate.
Noah Gavidel.
Gavidel has been one of those players that's been in the rotation here and there.
Yeah, just had a stolen base last inning.
So Gavidel will step up to the plate. He'll get some words of encouragement from Coach Herb with one out.
Probably said just hit the ball, will you?
So Gavidel, right-handed batter, will step to the plate here in the 6th. First pitch on the way. It's going to be a curveball that stays. Ooh, no, it's going to get called a strike. Looked like it stayed outside.
Wow. He threw that same pitch 2 times last batter.
So no one count to Gavidel. Alvarez kicks and throws. Another outside pitch. I believe he called that a strike also.
Wow.
So Gavidel's going to go down in the count 0-2 right away on 2 borderline pitches. And he stays outside with the 3rd pitch. You might as well if you're getting the call, but that one does not get called, and it'll be the first ball on Gavidel. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Alvarez living outside on the right-handed batters. Next pitch on the way outside with a curveball. Gets away from the catcher, leaving the count at 2-2. Gavidel dig back in. Be awaiting the 2-2 pitch here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Alvarez kicks and throws. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. Gavidel goes down swinging, and that'll bring to the plate. Make sure we're not having any more changes here. Looks like the center field number 2, Gavin Rips, will stay in the game. Rips will step to the plate. Rips has had a base hit and has struck out so far tonight. It's 4 strikeouts so far for the Panthers. Alvarez with the first pitch to Rips. Rips attempted to drag bunt there, but fouled it off down the first base side. However, the corners do not come up. They're still playing deep. Heck, I'd try it again. The 0-1 pitch to Rips on the way. Taken outside for ball 1. They're leaving the count at 1-1. First baseman playing way back. Third baseman now backing up, assuming that Rips will not bunt. So Rips will be sitting with a 1-1 count here with 2 outs. Pitch by Alvarez is on the way. It's going to be taken inside for ball 2. Two-one pitch to Rips on the way. Taken high and outside. Well, the count will go to 3-1. Panthers so far with, I believe, only 3 hits tonight. Not swinging the bat too well. However, they do hold on to 1-run advantage here. 3-1 pitch on the way. Taken outside for ball 4. Rips earns the walk there, and will bring to the Panthers to the top of the order with Dusty Davis. Davis is grounded out the shortstop, and flied out to second base. So an over 3 night for Davis. Good opportunity to help his cause here. Oh, it looks like we're going to have a batting change.
Looks like the other Rips is in there, Brody Rips.
So Brody Rips will step up to the plate and bat for Davis.
The orange number 12.
So Rips will step to the plate And the other Rips is going to be on first base with a sizable lead with 2 outs. First pitch to Rips by Alvarez. His swing and fouled back, or actually fouled, I guess, off his foot or something, and goes into fair territory, but looks like it went off his foot.
Rips and Rips.
So the umpire will walk it out to the pitcher to give Rips a time to recuperate off that foul off his foot. He'll clean the plate off. Coach Herb will give them a sign. And Brody Rips will step back into the batter's box, awaiting the 0-1 pitch from Alvarez. Checks his runner over at first. Throws, swung on. It's going to be a fly ball towards the first base side, high up in the air, giving chases the right fielder and the first baseman. And the first baseman comes down with the ball for out number 3. Excellent play by the first baseman, who covered a ton of ground to bring down that ball.
Wow, what a play.
So that'll do it in the top half of the 6th inning for the Panthers. Panthers strand 1 runner on, and that'll keep our score the same. Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 2. Panther baseball return after these messages.
There's power in the simplest of actions. Like one neighbor helping another. Where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything at Medina Electric Cooperative, and we're grateful for your trust. To provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on. Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Welcome back to the Dodson House Moving Construction North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Panther baseball. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. Indians down their last 6 outs of the game, barring extra innings. So we've got a tight one here. Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 2. Panthers are going to try to ride Krieger one more inning. He's thrown 57 pitches so far tonight. And the Indians will bring up to the plate the left fielder, number 17, Sebastian Rico, who has walked and had a base hit so far tonight. I didn't see the first pitch. I'm assuming it was a ball. Next pitch is going to be a curveball that'll get in there for strike 1. Rico's got that curveball working tonight, and I believe the count is 1-1. Next pitch on the way, swung on, is going to be a foul ball to the right side, out of play. Bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sebastian Rico. Krieger working fast. Next pitch is on the way, just outside.
He wanted to call that one.
That'll even the count at 2-2. Krieger with the next pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Defensive swing there by Rico, and just got a piece of it to stay in. Krieger gets his signs, working from the windup. The pitch, the bat goes out there too. Fielded by Stevens, long throw over to Marty for out number 1. So ground ball to third base.
Broken bat.
To get the out. I believe that was a broken bat. The handle separated from the bat. The bat wound up there out towards third base. It's a good place, a good job by Stevens to keep his composure while that bat was being flung out to third base to come up with that ball and to get the long throw to first base for the first out. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 4, Aiden Castro for the Indians. He has singled and was hit by a pitch. First pitch of him is going to be taken outside for ball 1. Check swing, though, however, it's not called, so it will be ball 1. Krieger working fast again, swung on, fouled straight back to even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out to Aiden Castro. We are in the top of the sixth. I'm sorry, we're in the bottom of the sixth. Krieger with the pitch. On the outside corner for strike two to bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Krieger working in the windup. Pitch on the way. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. Krieger was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th strikeout of the night. Now the Indians are down to 4 outs remaining in the game. They're bringing to the plate the number 9 batter, the number 11, the right fielder, Jaden Ramirez. Ramirez is flied out to right field and grounded out to third base. He'll step in as the last hope here for the Indians in this inning. First pitch, curveball, strike 1. Krieger got his curveball working really good here the last part of the game. In the windup, next pitch on the way. On the outside corner for strike 2, so Ramirez goes in the hole, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch by Krieger is on the way. Swung on a foul straight back to keep Ramirez in the game here. So lots of foul balls here recently, especially one straight back. Krieger with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and the miss. It's in the ground. Blair steps out in front of the plate, throws down to first to get the out. So quick 1-2-3 inning for Krieger. Gets him through the 6th inning. So after 6 complete, we're going to go to the 7th inning with our score, Medina Valley 3, Harlandale 2. We've got a close one. Panther Baseball will return after this message.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Big State Electric is raising the bar in the San Antonio electrical industry. Working with local and forward-thinking companies, we are changing the downtown skyline with beautiful and innovative buildings. As well as working with local universities, we are revolutionizing academic sports with cutting-edge and high-tech electrical solutions. Join us as we light up the future one project at a time. Big State Electric, competence and quality since 1966. Supporting San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and the Gulf Coast region.
Welcome back to the North Park Chevrolet Dodson House Move Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. Alvarez will come back out to the mound, and when Alvarez made that pitching change there, that's sponsored by Peerless Equipment. I'd like to thank Peerless Equipment for the pitching change, and Alvarez will come back out for the 7th. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. Panthers will come to the plate. They'll bring up Stevens, Ramirez, and Mayan this inning here. So the Panthers are going to try to get at least an insurance run here to try to maintain their lead here and try to stretch it out a little bit. So the third baseman, number 1, Wesley Stevens, will come to the plate. Stevens has grounded out to third base, walked and struck out so far tonight. First pitch by Alvarez to him is going to be on the outside corner for strike 1. Those outside pitchers are going either way, and the umpire's really hearing it from the fans.
Yeah, he's.
Next pitch on the way to Stevens is going to be a little bit further outside, and he does not call that one, so it's going to even the count at 1-1. So Krieger's sitting with 67 pitches. Let's see if Coach Herb brings him out to close the game, or to finish the game. Alvarez, the next pitch on the way, swing and the miss by Stevens, and it'll bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stevens steps back in. Sit with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Alvarez kicks and throws. It's going to be way inside. The curveball broke just a little bit too far inside. Back Stevens out of the box. Leaving the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, flied up straight in the air. First baseman giving chase, foul territory, but it's going to be out of play. A lot of help by the wind there to push that ball to the right side out of play. Stevens will make his way back to the batter's box. Stevens will step back in. He'll dig in and await the 2-2 pitch by Alvarez. Pitch on the way. Swung right through it for strike 3. So Stevens strikes out. Alvarez so far tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts against the Panthers as he came in the game in relief in the 4th inning. So Panthers will bring the plate the right fielder tonight, number 11, Manny Ramirez, hit by pitch, grounded out to shortstop and lined out to shortstop. He's due for a hit here. First pitch by Alvarez on the way, and swing and a miss. Just got a piece of it, I guess. Got away from the catcher. So it'll be an 0-1 count on Ramirez with 1 out. So Alvarez with the 0-1 pitch. It's on the way. In the dirt. Ball 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Panthers hoping to get an insurance run here. With a run-1 lead here, 3-2. Pitch by Alvarez on the way. It's going to be a ground ball to the third base side. Third base by the third baseman. Hops over his glove, and Ramirez is going to get a base hit. A seeing eye base hit by Manny Ramirez. Much needed there. He was due a base hit. He's been hitting the ball well this season so far for the Panthers. So Ramirez over to first base with the base hit, and that'll bring to the plate the designated hitter, number 18, Justin Mayan. Mayan has had that big double earlier in the game with the RBIs. I'm sorry, looks like we're new batter. That's not Mayan. So Warren Stevens will step to the plate for Mayan. So Stevens fresh off out of the dugout there. He will get his signs from Coach Herb. Looks like Coach Herb may attempt to play small ball here in order to get an insurance run. Alvarez checking the runner over at first. Comes home. Swung on by Stevens. No play on yet for the Panthers. So Stevens at the plate. Ramirez at first base with 1 out. Panthers holding on to a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. More signals called out by Coach Herb. Stevens digs back in. Alvarez checking the runner over at first. Runner's going. Pitch to Stevens has gone through. It gets away from the catcher. So it's a strike, I believe, called on Stevens as he was taking on that pitch, I believe. Allowed Ramirez to get the second. Now with a runner in scoring position, Stevens will step back in with a 0-2 count as that last pitch was called a strike. Big lead by Ramirez. Alvarez checks on. Swing by Stevens is going to be a liner out to left field for a base hit, and they hold Ramirez to third base. Good piece of hitting there by Stevens. And that's the brother of Wesley Stevens, Warren Stevens, with a crucial base hit. They get they'll get the runner moved over. So then now the Panthers have runners at first and third with 1 out. So the insurance run is possible here with a base hit, fly ball, pass ball, anything with a runner at third base.
1 out.
Even a ball pushed towards the right side, I believe, could get that runner across. So J.D. Blair, the catcher, will step to the plate. He's had a base hit and walk twice so far tonight. With runners at first and third. First pitch by Alvarez is swung and fouled away. And Stevens was running on that, heading his way to second, but he's going to backtrack to first base now. Coach Herb will give signs back again to his offensive players, 1 at first, 1 at third, and the batter being J.D. Blair. Blair checks his cheat sheet for what the call is, steps back in. Alvarez from the stretch checks the runner over at first. Kicks and throws home. Runner's running. throw down to second is going to be cut off and allow Blair to get the second base. I'm sorry, Stevens to get the second base on the short throw. Now the Panthers have 2 runners in scoring position, one at second, one at third, and the count 0-2, however, on Blair. Next pitch of Blair is on the way. His curveball swung on. It's over to third base, gets away from the third baseman. Panthers are going to try to get it home. The throw comes at home and gets away from the catcher. It's going to score a run. The next runner is going to come around as the ball went over to the Panther dugout.
Wow, that third baseman tried to make a snag and tag at the same time, and that just backfired on him.
Third baseman tried to, yeah, exactly like you said, Johnny. He tried to snag and tag it at the same time. The ball got away from him. So Ramirez will score, and followed by him, Stevens, who was standing on second, scores on good presence of mind to score on that pass ball to keep running after he rounds third base to get 2 more runs for the Panthers and get the much-needed insurance runs.
Costly mistake.
So Logan Pargas will come in on the
All right, Logan.
fielder's choice by J.D. Blair. So it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So Alvarez will walk off, and he may just be coming back with his first baseman's mitt. We'll see. But I've yet to see someone stand on the mound yet. Looks like someone's coming out of the dugout. Looks like number 10, 17. What do we got there? 17. So that's going to be Sebastian Rico will come out of left field to go to the mound for the Indians. Another left-handed pitcher. So Sebastian, again, that's Sebastian Rico coming from left field. So the Panthers get the insurance runs that they were looking for. Now have jumped out to a 5-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. So forcing Harlandale to do a pitching change. So this inning, the Panthers started out with a strikeout led by a base hit, followed by another base hit. So Ramirez had a base hit, and then Stevens had a base hit, and the fielder's choice by Blair scored 2 runs. So not what the Indians wanted, but exactly what the Panthers wanted, and they're still working to get a couple more with just 1 out. So Rico will take his warm-up pitches. It looks like the shortstop, Michael Newton, will be the next. So with 1 out still, we have Newton, and on the deck circle will be Marty, as the left-hander still takes his warm-up throws. Yeah, so that's Logan Pargas makes his way to second base as a pitch runner. He'll pinch run for the catcher. Again, it gives the catcher an opportunity to get his gear on so they don't waste any time between innings. So all teams are able to do that, allow for a pinch runner for the pitchers and the catchers. Yes. So Newton will step to the plate. He'll step to the plate with a runner on second, so he'll have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And the new pitcher, Rico. Newton squares around before he comes set, pulls the bat back, and takes the first pitch for ball 1. Ooh, or strike. Yeah, ball 1. Mm-hmm. So the 1-0 pitch to Newton coming from Rico. And that's going to be right down the middle for strike 1. That'll even the count at 1-1 with 1 out and a runner on second here in the top of the 7th. Panthers have extended the lead 5-2. Rico with the pitch, swung on by Newton. It's going to be just foul, just outside the third base line there. Bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, again with 1 out. So the Rico pitching from the stretch. getting ready for the 1-2 pitch. It's on the way. Looks like a good take there by Newton to bring the count to 2-2. So Newton awaits a 2-2 pitch. It's on the way. Strike three.
Wow.
Right down the middle. Was not expecting a fastball. I believe he was looking for a curveball. And he'll get caught looking for out number 2. So Rico gets the much-needed strikeout. And that'll bring to the plate the first baseman, Ryan Marty. Marty flied out to the pitcher, walked, and flied out to center field. His time's at the plate so far. He'll come on the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second. Again, that's Pargas at second base. First pitch on the way. He's swung on a miss. Looked like a breaking pitch.
Marty.
Yeah. So Marty will dig back in. And he'll wait the 0-1 pitch. And that'll be taken outside for ball 1. So that pitch way outside from the lefty. Marty will step back in, sitting with a 1-1 count, runner at second with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. It's going to be low and inside for ball 2. So a 2-1 count now to Marty with 2 outs. Rico gets his signs, checks his runner at second. Pitch on the way, high and outside for ball 3. So Marty with a hitter's count here. Rico from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Right down the middle for strike 2. Marty taking all the way there, and that'll fill the count up. So he'll step back in with a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second here in the top of the 7th. Rico with the pitch. Swung on, fly, line shot, just foul. That ball trickles all the way into the corner. Definitely would have been extra bases there for Marty. So we'll do it all over again. Marty will step back in. Rico from the stretch. The pale pitch on the way. Swung on, fly ball towards center field. That might find the gap, but the left fielder gets there in time for out number 3. So Marty flies out to the left field for out number 3. The Panthers leave 1 run on. However, they do get 2 more runs. Get a couple insurance runs. So our new score, Medina Valley 5, Harlandale 2. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 7th. And we'll come back right after these messages.
Like you, we love calling this home. Castroville State Bank has been serving the Medina Valley area for over 63 years by providing the best financial products, modern technology, and customer service. Not only are we the local bank you can rely on for all your financial needs, but we are also your neighbors, giving back to the community we grew up in and love. Come home to Castroville State Bank.
Rusty Rooster at 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville is the place to stop on your way home from work or to drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster, the place in Castroville for quenching your thirst from sun up to sundown. Drive through today. Fast, convenient. That's Rusty Rooster, 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Welcome back to Panther Baseball. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Krieger back on the mound. They're going to try to finish strong here with Krieger. Indians will go to the top of the order with Nathan Ramos. Down to their last 3 outs. Next pitch on the way from Krieger is going to be ball 2. So the Indians at the top of the order, down to their last 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Panthers holding on to a 5-2 lead. Krieger, next pitch on the way, swung on. Ground ball to third base. Long throw by Stevens. Nice play to get the out. Long throw, and that looked like Ramos was really trucking down that line, but good play by Stevens to get the out. So down to their last 2 outs. Krieger sitting on 87. I think he's sitting on about 90 pitches now so far tonight. I think we're right around 90 pitches for Krieger. He's going to try to pitch a complete game here. So Thomas Villarreal will come in to bat for the Indians. First pitch by Krieger is going to be way outside for ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th here. 2 outs, pitch on the way. Just inside for ball 2. So Villarreal with a 2-0 count with 1 out. Pitch by Krieger's on the way, working fast. That's going to be outside. So Villarreal will be sitting with a 3-0 count. Should be taken here. Pitch by Krieger on the way. Right down the middle for strike 1. Krieger working fast. Next pitch on the way. Ball 4, just outside. So Villarreal reached first base on the 4th walk issue tonight. I'm sorry, that's only the 3rd walk issue tonight for Krieger. Try to pitch a complete game, but it looks like they're going to trot Coach Herb out to the mound. I don't know if he's going to talk or is he going to make a pitching change here. Looks like Krieger is going to hand the ball off to Coach Herb, and that's going to do for him. So an outstanding game by Jaden Krieger. He's only allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 6 hits. 6 hits. And he has only walked 3, I believe. So 6 hits and 3 walks he'd allowed, and only 2 runs. So Michael Newton will come from the shortstop position. He'll trot over to the mound, take some warm-up pitches here. Krieger will work his way to the dugout. So it looks like Pargas will come out to play shortstop, which he typically does. So Logan Pargas will probably be at the shortstop position. Again, Michael Newton will move over from shortstop to the mound. He's been typically the closer for Krieger when Krieger has been pitching. And Krieger's done a great job all season going deep into games, if not finishing and throwing complete games.
Threw a great game. How many pitches did he end up with?
He ended up with, I think, 92 or 93 pitches.
Oh, that's a good outing.
So Newton continued to throwing his warm-up pitches. We'll just keep it right here as we try to set things up here. In the bottom of the 7th, Panthers holding on to a 5-2 lead with 1 out. Villarreal with the walk there for the Indians, and it'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 6, Jacob Casares. Casares has struck out, lined out to shortstop, and has hit a base hit. 95 pitches for Jaden Krieger, I just heard.
Yep.
Going deep into the night, into the pitch 6 1/3 innings. I believe the only change is going to be Pargas at shortstop.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So Panthers trying to keep their district record perfect, try to make it to 10-0, sitting in 9-0 right now. Harlandale tried to come back and stay in the hunt for the playoffs, trying to bring their record even to 5-5. They're sitting at 4-5 right now. Southwest McCullum both tied at 6-3 in second place, and Harlandale and Wynn are tied for third place at 4-5.
This has been a very close game with the exception of that.
The last few games have been close, yeah. So McCullum is actually playing at Southwest, both at 6-3, so tied at second place. South San is at Southwest Legacy, and Southside is at Wynn. So Jacob Casares will come to the plate, the third baseman. Newton will look at his runner at first base. He'll pitch from the stretch. First pitch by Newton is on the way. Swung on. Fly ball to center field. Coming hard is Rips. That's going to fall in front of Rips for a base hit. So one pitch, one swing, one base hit there for Casares. Now the Indians have something going. They have runners at first and second with one out. So we'll give Casares a base hit. So the pitcher, the lefty, number 1, Ismael Alvarez, will come to the plate. He's ground out to second, struck out, and walked so far tonight. Newton will check his runner now at second. And he'll come home with a first pitch to Alvarez. It's going to be way inside for ball 1. So Alvarez digs back into the left-hander's batter's box. Newton gets its signs from Blair. He'll check his runner over at second. He'll kick and throw. Just off the plate for ball 2 outside. Alvarez will step back in with the 2-0 count. Here with one out, runners at first and second. Again, we're in the bottom of the 7th. Indians trying to extend this game. The tying runner is at the plate. In Alvarez. 2-0 pitch on the way. Low and inside. Bring the count to 3-0. Alvarez steps back into the left-hander's batter's box, awaiting the 3-0 pitch. Newton with the pitch. Swing and a miss. He was swinging on 3-0. Swung right through it. Bring the count to 3-1. Very aggressive at bat there, or swing by Alvarez with a 3-0 count.
That may have been a ball. If he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
If he takes that, he's on the bag.
The 3-1 pitch by Newton is on the way. Swung on. Fly ball going to fade out of play down the left field side. Stevens giving chase to it. It did stay in play, but unable to get to it. Just barely inside the fence there. So now Alvarez will step back in. He was sitting at 3-0. Now he's going to be sitting with a full count. Newton asks for a new ball. He gets it. He'll make his way back to the mound. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Newton gets his signs from Blair. Checks his runner over at second. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Low, ball 4. Alvarez will take his base, and that'll load the bases up.
No outs.
So now the winning run is at the plate.
1 out?
Yes, 1 out. So infield is going to do a quick meeting. They're going to decide how they're going to defend this, whether they're going to play up and try to cut the runner off. But I think you try to for a double play ball here. So you have 1 out. Let's see if the corners play up and the middle infielders play back to try to turn the double play. And maybe the corners can get a double play at their respective bases. So to the plate, the shortstop will come, Jose Flores, who's grounded out to shortstop, ground out to second base, and hit a base hit so far. So Flores will step up as the winning run. Bases loaded. First pitch on the way from Newton. Swung on. It's going to be a fly ball to shortstop, easily taken by Pargas to get the critical second out. So a fly out to shortstop made by Pargas. Now they have 2 outs. The Indians down to their last out with bases loaded. So now you have a ground. Any ground ball is a force out.
Yeah.
So you have a force out at any base. even at home plate, if he happens to chop one right in front of the plate, catching his step on it, and that'll end the game. First pitch on the way is going to be a curveball by Newton that stays high. So Maurice Medina, the second baseman, will step up the plate. Medina has so far had the hat trick. He's had 3 strikeouts so far tonight. He'll step up, and he'll take ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count with 2 outs and bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th. Newton from the windup. Pitch on the way, throw back over to first base. No, did not get it. Huge lead by the runner at first. Blair with the throw down to first, and its runner slid under his glove to get back safely. So base is still loaded. The 2-0 count for Medina. Newton from the windup. Pitch on the way. On the corner for strike 1. Bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, 2 outs. Force out at any base. Bottom of the 7th. Big opportunity for both teams right here. Newton with a 2-1 pitch. Curveball. Stays high for ball 3. Bring the count 3 balls, 1 strike. So 3-1 count. A walk will bring in a run for the Indians. Right now the tying run's on first and the winning run's at home. Newton from the windup. Pitch on the way. Outside. Walked him. Ball 4. So Newton walks in a run. Our score now is 5-3. Those insurance runs are huge now last inning, Johnny.
Yeah, that is big time. We need those now.
Last half inning, might I say. So Sebastian Rico, the pitcher now up to the plate.
See if Newton can throw him.
He has 1 base hit tonight. A 2-out pitch on the way. Swing and miss. Swung right through it. So Rico with an 0-1 count, sitting with 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom of the 7th. Remember, forced out at any base. Newton from the windup, pitches on the way. Swung on a foul straight back. So Rico now sitting with an 0-2 count with 2 outs. This will allow Newton maybe to get something off the plate, but you don't want a 2 off the plate because the pass ball will score a run.
Yeah.
So he's got to have a pinpoint off the plate pitch or a curveball here. The 0-2 pitch from the windup is on the way. Just outside, called strike 3, and that's going to do it.
Oh.
So Rico strikes out to finish the game. Panthers take this game 5-3. Came down to the last strike there to finish this up for the Panthers. We'll take a quick break, and we will come back to finish things up here. Panther Base will return after this message.
What did I click there?
Just go to this one here. There you go.
Rusty Rooster at 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville is the place to stop on your way home from work or to drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster, the place in Castroville for quenching your thirst from sun up to sundown. Drive through today. Fast, convenient. That's Rusty Rooster, 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Welcome back to North Park Chevrolet, Dodson House Moving Construction broadcast of Panther Baseball. Panthers win another tight one here, 5-3 over the Harlandale Indians. Harlandale left 3 runners on there in the bottom of the 7th, and it had scored 1 run in that inning. So those insurance runs were huge there for the Panthers in the top half of the 7th inning. So the Panthers will move to a perfect 10-0 in district play, and the Indians will drop to 4-6. So the Panthers continuing to roll in the district play. With this win, I believe they secured a playoff spot.
Yeah, no doubt.
It includes the Panthers hold on they'll have a 3-game lead for sure, and could lock up a postseason berth of the win. So they've done that. So they're guaranteed at least the 4th a fourth place finish. And I believe there's only 4 games left now. So, thank you. There's only 4 games left, so it's going to take some work for the Panthers to fall out of this district contention here. So, looking forward to winning district. It's been a while, but we've got 4 more games to play, and those can be tough ones. Or the last 3 or 4 have been tough for the Panthers. So, Johnny, we've got to come to a decision on their player every game, and we talked about a little bit in the break. And
yeah, I think you got to give it to Krieger. He player of the game brought to you by Tanya's Travel by Design, of course. Player of the game has to go to Krieger. And again, he pitched a great game. I think he threw 95 pitches. Had how many Ks did he have?
He had 7 strikeouts.
7 strikeouts. So
6 1/3 innings, and only walked 3 batters.
Yeah,
so, he's been the player of the game pretty much every game that he's pitched. He's done an outstanding job for the Panthers, going deep into the game and giving the Panthers an opportunity to win games,
Yeah.
So they've done well. The bats weren't that great tonight, but enough to win the game.
Absolutely. The pitching has been strong the last few games, so that's a great thing.
So another big win by the Panthers as they continue to roll in district play now, perfect 10-0 in district. Panthers will move to Medina Valley for the next game on Friday. So let's see, we have Panthers win the night 5-3, so McCullum on Friday. And we're going to try to broadcast that game. I know Jared Lucky will be available for the game, so you'll get the A-team back on Friday. We just need to try to get someone to help him out because I will be unavailable. So it'll be one of the few games that I'm going to miss for the Panthers this year. But I will be tuning in. I'll be tuning in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So hoping to listen to Jared in the game. And as always, we have the girls softball. Jeff Stivers and Maury Stein will be broadcasting the softball game on Friday also, as they did tonight. Not sure what that outcome was, but they're also looking for a playoff spot right now. So coming down to the nitty-gritty with just a less than a handful of games left. So that's going to do it here from Tejeda Stadium. Panthers take Harlandale Indians to the 7th inning, and they come out victorious 5-3. So for Johnny Guzman, I am Dwayne Garza. As I'll say, God bless and good night, and we'll see you again when Panther baseball continues.